Okay, quick question. What's the greatest invention in human history? The internet? The airplane? The iPhone? Wrong, wrong, and absolutely wrong. The greatest invention in human history was a rock, a carefully shaped, deliberately sharpened rock. And someone, somewhere, about 3.3 million years ago, looked at that rock and thought, yeah, this is going to change everything. They were right. Welcome to the story of how humans went from hitting rocks together to building machines that left the planet. It did not happen overnight. It took roughly 3 million years. But honestly, pretty impressive for a species that started with a rock. Let's start at the very beginning. 3.3 million years ago, East Africa, our ancestors, not even fully human yet, picked up stones and started hitting them against each other. Not randomly, deliberately. They were making tools, sharp edges, for cutting, for scraping, for survival. Archaeologists call this the Oldowan toolkit. We call it the world's first machine. Technically, it's just a rock, but it was a rock with a purpose, a rock with a design, and that changes everything. Fast forward about a million years, someone figured out that if you chip a stone in a very specific way, from both sides, into a teardrop shape, you get something way more useful than a sharp rock. You get a hand axe, the Acheulean hand axe, same basic design, used for over a million years. A million years. For context, the iPhone has been around for less than 20, so maybe we should calm down about software updates. Then something big happened, around 400,000 years ago. Fire. Not discovering fire. Humans had known about fire for a long time, controlling fire, making it, keeping it, using it on purpose. This was the first time humans took a natural force and turned it into a tool. Fire cooked food, which made calories easier to absorb, which helped grow bigger brains. Fire provided warmth, which allowed humans to survive in colder climates. Fire provided light, which meant humans could now work after dark. One invention changed basically everything about human life. Skip ahead to around 10,000 years ago. Humans figured out farming. And with farming came the need to move things, a lot of heavy things. And so, someone, genius, absolute genius, looked at a log rolling on the ground and thought, what if I put that under something heavy? The wheel. Simple, obvious in hindsight. Took humans 3 million years to think of it. But once they did, everything accelerated. Carts, pulleys, gears, mills. The wheel wasn't just a wheel, it was the first mechanical machine. Then came the lever, the pulley, the inclined plane. The ancient Greeks called these the simple machines. And with these simple machines, humans built the pyramids, the Colosseum, the Great Wall, massive structures, no engines, no electricity, just humans, ropes, levers, and an absolutely terrifying amount of manual labor. Then, 1712. Thomas Newcomen builds the first steam engine, and everything humans had been doing slowly for 3 million years suddenly got very, very fast. Steam power, then electricity, then the internal combustion engine, then computers, then the internet, then AI. From a shaped rock to artificial intelligence in 3.3 million years. Here's the part that should blow your mind. Every single machine ever built, the rocket ship, the smartphone, the MRI machine, is just a more complicated version of those original simple machines. Levers, wheels, pulleys, inclined planes. Everything traces back to a rock, a carefully shaped, deliberately sharpened rock, picked up by someone who had no language, no writing, no school, but had a problem and figured out how to solve it. That's the story of human invention. It was never about the machine. It was always about the problem. And somewhere out there right now, someone is looking at a problem the same way that ancestor looked at that rock and thinking, yeah, this is going to change everything. They're probably right.